Ever wondered how the traditional English roast became a Sunday staple? This culinary tradition dates back to medieval times when village serfs served their lords a feast after church on Sundays. The centerpiece of this feast? A hearty roast. The English roast is a symphony of flavors and textures, each playing a crucial role. The star of the show is the roast meat, typically beef, but it can also be lamb, chicken, or pork. The meat is seasoned and slow roasted until it's tender and succulent. Next, we have the roast potatoes, golden and crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. They're the perfect companion to the meat, soaking up all those delicious juices. Then, there's a medley of vegetables, each roasted to perfection, their natural sweetness enhanced by the heat of the oven. Finally, the Yorkshire pudding. This humble yet essential component is a light and airy batter pudding, a delightful contrast to the rich meat and vegetables. But how can we take this beloved classic to the next level? Elevating the traditional English roast is about enhancing, not changing, its core elements. Let's begin with the star of the show, the meat. The quality of your roast is directly dependent on the quality of your meat, so go for locally sourced, high-grade cuts. Whether it's beef, lamb, or chicken, sourcing from local farmers not only supports your community, but also ensures you're getting the freshest and most flavorful meat possible. Now, onto the cooking method. Traditional roasting is always a winner, but why not experiment with slow roasting or even sous vide? These methods can yield incredibly tender, juicy results that really elevate your roast to new heights. Remember, it's all about enhancing the natural flavors of the meat, and slow cooking or sous vide can really help to infuse those flavors throughout. But what's a roast without the accompaniments? Let's talk roast potatoes. There are so many varieties to choose from, each offering a unique taste and texture. Try experimenting with a few different types to see what you prefer. And for even crispier, more flavorful roasties, consider parboiling them before roasting or adding a dusting of semolina or polenta for that extra crunch. And let's not forget the vegetables. Traditional roast veggies are usually boiled, but have you ever tried roasting them? The high heat caramelizes the natural sugars in the vegetables, leading to a delicious, slightly sweet and smoky flavor. And why not add a twist with glazes or seasonings? A honey and mustard glaze on your carrots or some garlic and rosemary on your parsnips can really elevate your veggies from side dish to main event. Last but certainly not least, the Yorkshire pudding. This iconic side dish is ripe for experimentation. Try adding fresh herbs to the batter, or even a pinch of cheese for a savory twist. The key is to keep it simple and let the natural flavors shine through. And don't forget the Yorkshire pudding. A little experimentation can go a long way. Now let's talk about bringing modern flavors into the mix. Imagine a symphony of flavors, where each note complements the other, creating a harmonious blend that's both comforting and exhilarating. That's the beauty of introducing modern flavors to traditional English roasts. Let's start with the meat, the heart of the roast. Experimenting with unique rubs or marinades can turn the humble roast into an exotic culinary experience. Spices from the Middle East, or a hint of Asian flavor perhaps. Then let's take a detour from the traditional vegetables. Why not toss in some grilled Mediterranean veggies or a side of sweet potato mash with a dash of cinnamon? And the Yorkshire pudding, that quintessential element of the roast. Have you ever thought of adding fresh herbs or even a sprinkle of cheese to give it an unexpected twist? But remember, the key is to enhance, not overshadow, the traditional flavors. Let the roast still sing its classic tune, while the new elements play a harmonious accompaniment. So, what does an elevated traditional English roast look like? Well, it's a harmonious blend of the old and the new. A culinary symphony where the comforting, hearty notes of tradition sing in perfect unison with the modern, innovative flavors. It's about taking the familiar elements of a Sunday roast, the succulent meat, the crispy potatoes, the rich gravy, and infusing them with unexpected twists. Imagine a roast beef kissed by a hint of smoky chipotle, or a Yorkshire pudding with a subtle touch of truffle oil. It's not about reinventing the wheel, but rather adding your own personal spin to it. Remember, there's no definitive rule book here. The kitchen is your playground, and you're the master of your culinary destiny. With a bit of creativity and a respect for tradition, you can turn Sunday's roast into a meal that delights the senses and brings people together. Happy cooking!